Hey, everybody, I'm John Granado. That's Lance Zerline. You can hear us mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet to get all of our content here. Sports Map HOU. Lance, there was a story in The Athletic this week that somebody, a front office person from another team, thinks the Texans are going to stick and pick at number 2, not trade up, and they're not going to take a quarterback and hope a quarterback drops to 12. Okay, first, if they don't take a quarterback at number 2, who would they take?
Will Anderson?
Not Jalen Carter anymore, right?
So if you don't who are the Bears taking? Is the first pick going to be a quarterback? I need to know more context. None of that really makes sense to me. You're going to go 12, really? You don't even know. Somebody was already saying that before the quarterback workouts.
Well, suppose Bryce is gone, Indianapolis moves up, and you don't like any of the other guys.
Then you pass. You pick the best defense player available.
Okay, who's that?
It would be Will Anderson.
Will Anderson.
Yeah.
Well, it would be Jalen Carter if he didn't.
Yeah, but you're probably not. And Jalen would be a great fit from a football standpoint. But, yeah, I don't know that you're taking a chance on with his issues. I don't know if you're taking a chance. You have to have a very strong locker room.
Okay,
so for a guy like that.
They think that the Texans will hope that a quarterback drops to 12.
Probably not going to happen.
That's not going to happen, right?
Probably not going to happen.
Okay, so there'll be 3 quarterbacks gone in the first 6 or 7 picks?
I think in my mock draft that comes out today on Tuesday morning, I believe that you will see at least 3 picks in the first 7 picks, and I think all 4 will be gone by the 9th pick.
Let's say Bryce is gone. Let's say C.J. Stroud is gone. Let's say Anthony Richardson's gone. Is there any chance Levis falls to 12?
There's a chance. There's a chance. In my mock draft, I would have had him falling past 12. So I do think there is a chance that Will Levis could end up going to number 12. But, once again, once you pick a quarterback in the first round, you're tethered to that quarterback. I don't care if you pick him at pick 1 or pick 31. Well, it doesn't matter. You have to develop that quarterback and give him time.
Good quarterbacks have gone at 10 and 11, and Deshaun and Mahomes,
sure.
Right? I mean, they're good quarterbacks can still be there at around 12. Any chance Levis is gone before 12?
Yeah, there's a chance Levis goes before Richardson. And then Richardson would be the guy that you're dealing with.
Would you take a chance on Richardson at 12?
Yes.
Yes.
I would. I wouldn't take a chance with Levis at 12 because I think Will Levis, it forces you to stick with him for 3 years, and I don't think that he has the ability to create the same level of explosive plays that Richardson does when Richardson's passing is not working. If Richardson is inaccurate, he can still make explosive plays. If Levis isn't accurate, I think it's a little tougher.
Okay, let's say all 4 are gone. How do you address the position?
At 12?
Or do you go out and get a Garoppolo or some kind of a Band-Aid?
Yeah, you have to go Band-Aid. I think you have to go Band-Aid and make that Band-Aid compete with Davis Mills. Those 2 guys compete for the job, and either Davis Mills is a backup or in this scenario, Jimmy Garoppolo is a backup. And then you wait until quarterback next year. You'll have multiple picks. You have the ability to trade up. So you could do that next year. If you went defense with your second pick, then you could go Will Anderson and then Lucas Van Ness or Miles Murphy, or you could take a look at wide receiver as well. But I'm thinking you could take a look at Drew Sanders. What I'm thinking of is guys who fit DeMeco Ryans' defense, because I think you need an overhaul on the front 7. And so I think the first 2 picks could be on the defensive side, or pick 12. It could be a pass catcher potentially.
If you go Davis Mills this year, you might not have to move up in the draft. You may accomplish
what you want to accomplish. No
again.
Question. Yeah.
Okay. Right now, what do you want them to do?
Right now, I'd like for them to sit still. I think you play chicken with the Chicago Bears, and if no one trades up, the Bears will draft that pick. I think it's Will Anderson, and then I think you draft. You go and draft because they don't want to move too far back. The Bears cannot afford to move too far back because if they do, they miss out on Tyree Wilson. Bryce Young, and then potentially on Jalen Carter, depending on how far Carter slips. So you got to be real careful about trading too far back unless you're going to get a big
four's
haul.
not too far back for
Four's
one of
not,
those
but then
guys.
you have to assume that the Colts are going to be willing to trade up. So
Right.
I don't know if they're going to be willing to trade Chicago once they want. Now, what they want now. You could say, well, Chicago should just take anything and move back. But then Ryan Poles is going to be judged off of past. We have to remember, Chicago's media is a powerful media in terms of sports.
But they're not
seen
just
it.
a guy away. Listen, if
No,
he
you need
traded back to
multiple.
4 and then he traded back to 7 and got 2 future ones or more,
Double trade would make
a
sense.
double
to me.
trade would make a lot of sense.
Double trade
for the
would
Bears.
make more sense, especially after you see how the board breaks for you, because you want someone to get excited to move up to a spot.
Ideally, at number 2, the Texans take Bryce Young.
For me, yes. I think
And
you need a quarterback.
ideally at number 12.
Ideally at number
Realistically
12 for me, based on after the combine, I think ideally for me it's going to be defensive line or a player like Drew Sanders, or really that's it. I mean, I think you either go somebody who fits DeMeco Ryans' front seven. That's what you're looking at.
That's not a bad draft.
No.